I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. I got 3 o'clock by my count. I see the numbers growing. We've got over 71 people on the line. So real happy to see the turnout and everyone responding to the emails. It's been kind of an unprecedented time for all of us. I think this thing has affected everybody in one way or another. So sit back and relax, grab your favorite beverage, and let's spend a little bit of time and
Carol, you're going to
catch
have
up with
to.
the Glacier Club.
I'm listening to this right now.
So, and again, if you can, please mute your sound so that not everybody's hearing your conversations in your background, television, etc.
You can listen to this. This is.
So, oh, I see chats. Kimberly, you're gonna have to help me with chats. I can't.
Yep, yeah, just telling everybody to go ahead and mute if you're not the one talking. So.
I'm saying I can mute as the organizer, but I'm not the organizer.
I can mute them all if you would like.
Mute it.
Hold on. I'm not sure I have the power to mute everybody.
I'll mute everybody, and then if you're the one speaking, how about we go ahead and unmute? And then friendly reminder, if you have any questions for anybody, please put them in the chat feature.
Okay, no video. There.
Hey, this is the first.
Oh.
I think I'm muted, Kimberly.
No, you're not. No.
Okay, sweet. All right, sorry guys. Forgive the stumbling. So I was saying that we've all been affected by this. Certainly the staff here at Glacier Club, as well as everyone on the line, your families, your loved ones. Our environment's been altered one way or another by this pandemic. But I do appreciate the spirit of the Glacier Club membership and the outpouring of support that we've seen from everyone. And so we're confident that when we come through this, we're going to come through it as a great club, even better teamwork and staff. And we look forward to welcoming everybody back. It kind of puts it in perspective, but makes it all the more important to us. Excuse me, Governor Polis has issued a statewide stay-at-home order for all non-essential employees, all non-essential workers and activities. And so we've seen a number of shutdowns across the state as a result. Our dining rooms at Glacier Club are shut down. We're offering to-go service out of the Mine Shaft restaurant. We also have a grocery service available through the Mine Shaft restaurant, where our residents and in the Glacier Club community can get basic provisions, milk, coffee, eggs, flour, a number of things, especially any high-risk individuals that want to avoid going out to the grocery stores. Our fitness area and our pools are still closed as of right now. Again, this stay-at-home order is through the 26th at this point, through Governor Polis's recommendations. And if that is extended, we'll offer updates at that time and how we respond to that extension. We think it's likely that we may see some easing or changing of these restrictions over the next few weeks. We think we'll be able to make some steps to resume some operations, but we're going to follow those guidelines and we'll see where that takes us. We do have a number of staff members here at the club today performing essential maintenance, landscaping, agronomy, water and sewer, security member services, and other administrative and accounting functions for the club. I mentioned the Mine Shaft is open for grocery and takeout service. We plan to open the Valley Golf Course on May 1st. There'll be some special precautions and practices in place, and our guest, or I shouldn't say our guest, our newest member of the team, Ryan Smith, our director of golf, is going to talk to you a little bit more in detail about what that means, as well as Andrew Madison, our superintendent, is going to talk to us about the golf course conditions and we think that we can get the mountain golf course open some point in mid-May. And again, this will be using special practices that we're seeing at a number of other facilities throughout Colorado in response to the idea that recreation is allowed, and we're trying to practice that within these guidelines. So without a little bit more, too much more, I want to introduce Ryan Smith. Ryan, kind of highlight yourself so everybody sees it's you. And then Ryan, if you'd introduce yourself to the group, and unusual circumstances, but welcome to the Glacier Club.
Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. First of all, I'm Ryan Smith. I'm the new director of golf. Excited to be here in Durango. Talk a little bit about myself so you all have a little bit of background on me, and then we'll dive into what we currently have open in the golf operation here, kind of our safety precautions and sanitation procedures that we're going to have in place for the golf shops, and then all the amenities that you might come in contact with on the golf course. So first off, on behalf of the entire golf staff, I'd like to welcome you all back early to the 2020 golf season. We're looking forward to a fun and exciting year. Hopefully at some point we'll get back to some sort of normalcy. But the one good thing right now that we do have in most of Colorado is golf. There are a number of golf courses across the state that are operating, like Jim said, under a certain number of stringent safety precautions, and we will be operating just the same. So we're looking forward to getting you on the golf course as soon as possible, and getting you back up here to Durango, wherever you might be, for a fun summer season. So start off with a little background on myself. I am a Colorado native. I was born and raised in Fort Collins, Colorado. Grew up there with my parents and two older brothers. A very active childhood, played pretty much every sport growing up for a time, but as I started to get older, I focused on ice hockey and golf only. So had to get one sport in the winter and one sport in the summer. For all of you who know Colorado, we've got lots of snow here, which is wonderful. So I transitioned to golf as my passion going through junior high and high school. I was a range rat at Collindale Golf Course in Fort Collins. If any of you have ever been there before, I was the annoying 10-year-old kid in the golf shop, hanging out with the golf pros, because I thought that was the cool thing to do. So as I got going, I had a love for outdoors as well. Very active, rock climbing, hiking, camping, winter sports, especially skiing. So I look forward to Durango being opened back up and being able to explore the area here a little bit more when I'm not at the club here. I graduated from University of Nevada, Las Vegas professional golf management program in 2010. In the past 10 years, I've spent my time at a number of high-end private clubs as assistant golf professional, and then most recently, the last several years, I was the head golf professional at Forest Highlands Golf Club in Flagstaff, Arizona. So not too far down the road, about 5-hour drive from here, northern Arizona. Very similar facility, 2 18-hole golf courses, 2 clubhouses, a large number of the membership were second or third home individuals. So I'm familiar with kind of the plan here at Glacier, and really look forward to getting to know all of you and seeing you on property and on the golf courses especially. But I'll dive into a little bit about what we have for our current operations here at the club. Happy to announce, if you don't already know, last week we opened the Mountain Practice Park. So that is currently operating Tuesday through Sundays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you are here in Durango, please come up and see us. We'd love to see you out hitting some golf balls, shaking off some of that winter rust, as I know we all have a little bit of that right now. But with that being said, the golf staff that I have here, Jackson, Lucas, and Tyler, we've gone through and have done a deep clean of all of the operational areas here in the golf department. Both golf shops have been taken apart, sanitized, put back together. Same with all of the operations in the cart barns, the locker rooms, the practice park facility. as well as each day we're going through and doing a bleach and water sanitization on doorways, high touch areas, railings, light switches, things of that nature. So when you do come through, it is our goal to keep everybody as safe as possible. And we hope that when you do come inside, you can go on some of those restrictions that we've set forth to help keep everybody safe. Some of those guidelines that we have right now for the golf shops are limiting the number of people who come inside. So right now, as the mountain golf shop is quiet, we're allowing 4 people inside at a time, asking that you remain several feet apart as per the social distancing guidelines. We ask that you sanitize your hands before you enter. We also have gloves available if you'd like to put those on. So that's going to help us keep the golf shop safe, our employees safe, and then other members as well. As we go forward, those guidelines are subject to change. It just depends on, what other practices in the golf community. We're looking at the other golf courses that are open in Durango right now, specifically for some of those guidelines, but then also around the country as well, other peers and best practices from around the country. So we'll make sure that we're as up to code and safe as we can possibly be for everybody here at the club. As we get going, like I said, the practice park is open with limited amenities. So we have golf balls put out for you. Those golf balls are sanitized before and after use each day with a hand soap and a bleach and water solution as well. And then we are putting out some tees that have been sprayed with a bleach and water solution as well. But there are no other amenities, no chairs, no water available. We're trying to limit those high touch areas for individuals. So we can just try and keep each other as safe as possible. So that's going to continue. If you do want to come out, you're welcome to park on the road down by the practice park with your car or drive your personal cart down there. But if you'd like to use one of our club carts, we have sanitized those as well. All the high touch areas, steering wheels, handles, the forward and reverse switch, all of that good stuff. We've taken out amenities. There's no tees, scorecards, pencils, no sand and seed bottles currently, no cooler for water currently. So just repeating that, all those high touch areas, we're going to try and eliminate that as much as possible going forward. But once we do get opened for play, we're going to stretch out our tee times to 15-minute intervals for a couple reasons. One, it helps space people out when they do come into the golf shops to check in. And then it also helps space people out on the golf courses so we can continue that social distance guidelines. So 15-minute intervals will be something you'll see at the beginning of the year at both the Valley and the Mountain course once that gets opened up. And then as we get going, we'll just kind of go with the flow for how the CDC and health organizations are telling us to proceed. So initially it will be golf only with the practice facilities open as they are now, really spaced out and just trying to keep everybody as safe as possible. As soon as we can, Lucas will touch on it a bit when he talks about events coming up, but we'll have to see how it goes with the ability to get people in close proximity for award ceremonies and dinner functions for some of these upcoming events in June and July. So all of that stuff will be unfortunately kind of revolving around how society goes with all the precautions. But we are extremely excited to get you back on the golf course and get you back up here to Glacier to spend the summer months with us. So that's kind of all I have on the operational areas here at Glacier. When you come to the golf shops, you'll see some signs outside that reiterate those guidelines, and we do ask that you please follow those guidelines to the best of your ability. It'll keep yourself safe, it'll keep all of us as employees safe here at the club, and then your fellow members as well. So we appreciate your consideration and understanding during this very crazy time for all of us, but on behalf of myself, I look forward to meeting you all, and hopefully we can get to play some golf this year and enjoy the sunshine here in Durango, Colorado. So that's all I've got for that section, but I'd like to turn it over to Jackson if he's ready. He's up in the golf shop here, and He's going to talk to you briefly about some of the new stuff we have coming into the golf shops, and then also some neat, some of our vendors who are going through a tough time with shipping. They have some online promotions that he's going to talk about that are available to the members as well. So Jackson, go ahead and take it away.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan. Great to see everyone. Welcome. Great to see everyone's face, and looking forward to seeing you in person here in the near future. So welcome. Just wanted to go over a couple promotions and some of the new arrivals we've had as far as gear goes. Men's and ladies Ralph Lauren. We've had arrive men's Peter Millar, ladies Daily Sport, men's FootJoy, footwear, Puma footwear, TaylorMade hard goods, so they're new drivers, fairways, putters, all that good stuff. We've got plenty of stock. If you're on property, we'd love to have you stop by. Just follow those safety guidelines that Ryan's pointed out. There is a buy 3 get 1 free golf ball promotion going on that usually runs through the middle of April. Some companies have extended that promotion, so if you haven't gotten your supply of golf balls for the season, this is a good opportunity to get 3 dozen, either personalized or non-personalized. Buy 3 dozen, get the 4th dozen free. Titleist, if you wanted to go with a Titleist golf ball, that promotion ends on the 19th, so 2 days away. So if you would like to put an order in, either give us a call here at the Mountain Golf Shop or email me personally. TaylorMade, if you're looking for a TaylorMade golf ball, they have extended their promotion until middle of May 15th. So you have a little bit more time there if you would like to pull the trigger on some ammo for the year. And then, yes, these current promotions, we've had a handful of our vendors reach out to me. They're putting a specific Glacier member promotion together for you guys. Allows you to shop from the comfort of your own home, while also Glacier will get a bit of the profits from this. So it'll be a good way to keep safe, keep your distance, and especially if you're not on property, allows you to get some Glacier logoed apparel and also support the club. I emailed Kimberly a list of all these current promotions, and she's going to email them out as pretty much as soon as the Zoom video is complete. On that list, you will see there will be a clickable link, which will bring you directly to these vendors' websites. You will see a promo code, and most of these, pretty much all the vendors, there's anywhere from 15 to 25% off. So you'll be able to save a decent amount of coin. That's really all I have. If there's any questions, I'd love to answer them. Feel free to give a call or email me personally. And I just want to say thank you for your support during these difficult times. We look forward to getting back to normal here sometime soon.
Great. Thank you very much, Jackson. Appreciate it. Lucas, are you on with us right now? Are you ready to go just briefly touch on some of the upcoming events?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good to see everybody. I'm hopefully looking forward to, getting everything going sooner than later. But as of right now, we're going to, in my world, try to pretend that everything's going to happen as usual as far as the calendar and the schedule of events. So Memorial Day Scramble, we're going to still shoot for May 25th. For our Alpine members, I know we have, I think, a few on. We do have welcome back tournaments scheduled for the 23rd as well. So as well with the Alpine, we're going to be offering a new league this year. So hopefully we're going to get a little bit more of a turnout in that side of the membership as well. A couple other things just to kind of quickly chat about. All you members that have private carts, if you would want to stop by to get your battery filled, even if you wanted us to come by, maybe pick them up, we could do it for you. So if there's any questions though on any tournaments, please, shoot me an email. But as of right now, I hope that everything goes as planned.
Great, thanks very much. Just a couple more reminders. For our major events, Fandango is June 18th, 19th, 20th. The Duel is July 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then the Crystal Pistol scheduled for August 6th, 7th, and 8th. So a couple of the major events that we're really looking forward to, and just want to let everybody know that registration is available for those events. So if you're interested, please give us a call or an email in the golf shop, and we're happy to get you set up. Just one last thing, you know, as Lucas mentioned, we're here to help you. And if there's anything that we're able to do to make your experience before or during the season better, please let us know. We're here to help, and we're happy to have you here at the club, and look forward to a wonderful summer. So go ahead and pass it off maybe to Andrew, if Andrew's ready to talk about some golf course. Not sure if Andrew, you might be on mute still. I don't.
Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Great.
Okay. All right. Well, where did my video go? All right. Well, welcome everybody. Glad so many people could make it to the meeting. The golf courses came out of winter in great shape, actually. Winter started out pretty heavy to begin with, a lot of snow falling in late November and December, kind of tapered off into January and February, but it was able to give us adequate snowpack to keep the course in great shape. Everything melted out in March, and last little bit, I'd say probably on 11 Mountain, melted out within the last 10 days or so. Everything came out pretty solid. Noticed a little bit more bowl damage than we've normally seen in previous years up here, but it's usually something that we're able to grow through. You'll probably see some of the damage out there on the course. If you kind of see some mounds of dead grass there, that's where the bowls have been underneath. And we try to leave those mounds around as long as possible, because it kind of acts as like a greenhouse for the grass crowns underneath. It kind of helps insulate them a little bit more during the cold morning temperatures. And once we do kind of clear off that duff after a little bit, the grass has started to recover and is growing from there. So it's looking forward to that taking place and everything kind of filling in. Most of the damage we had noticed was to the tees, any of the approaches, and the green surrounds is the main spots that we kind of see it at. As far as coursework goes, Jim had mentioned that the Valley course, we are slated to open May 1st. We are still looking great for that timeline right now. I've been focusing most of our efforts on the Valley golf course to make sure that we have that ready in time. Currently, we have finished just about all of the fairway aerification to the Valley course. Just holes 2 and 7 are all that are left to aerify. And we saved those for the end for a combination of factors. There's a lot of rocks that are down there in just below the surface that if we go in there a little bit too quickly on in the process, we can end up breaking a number of tines, and it costs a little bit more to get some more and replace those. And the second factor is mud springs, just kind of various tributaries that come across from the cliffside. A lot of that water moves across 2 and 7. So those holes tend to play a little bit soggier early in the year. So rather than take out a big piece of equipment and rut out some of the fairway, we try to hold off as long as possible until that seems to alleviate or dry up a little bit. Greens aerification will be taking place next week. We'll be knocking out both courses next week. Hopefully Monday and Tuesday we'll be able to finish that up. Once we finish up with greens aerification, we'll move into tee and fairway aerification on the mountain course. Get a good jump on that process because it does take a little bit of time for us. For the past 2 weeks, we have started mowing the greens, tees, and fairways, mowing them at a little bit higher cut to begin the year. We usually do that just so that we're not scalping any grass that may have grown a little bit over the winter. If it was insulated, had a chance to keep kind of growing so we didn't take off too much and cause the plant any stress. We'll be starting to lower our heights here in the coming weeks. So once we open, should be at a pretty good playable shape. Bunkers are getting worked on Valley right now as well. That includes giving them a good edge to them, taking out any debris that might be there, redistributing any sand so that we can have a solid 4-inch depth all the way around the bunker. That's optimal for playing conditions. Our crew today was out on hole number 11. I think they may have made it to number 12, so they're making great progress there. We got some pine straw in a couple of weeks ago, and we've been working at refreshing the pine straw beds. All the Valley pine straw beds are finished now and looking great. It's really nice to have that out there. Last year, not able to get it in, just some weird weather down where we traditionally get the pine straw from. They weren't able to get the truck up here to us. So to be able to get out there and refresh those beds, they're really looking nice. I think it's going to make each golf hole pop a little bit more that has any of the pine straw beds to it. We also have all 36 holes charged up for irrigation, so we're able to irrigate now. As the weather around here, it's kind of been dry and windy during the days, and the night times it's been a little bit colder. Some nights it's been dropping into the low 20s, which has prevented us from running any overnight irrigation. Don't want to cause any damage to the system itself, or possibly have water build up on the top and create some ice damage issues. So we're just doing our best with that and working through, but progress is definitely being made for the golf courses, and I'm happy with everything that's going on with that. Our seasonal staff that we've brought in, we've slowly been bringing them all back. Safety protocol ahead of time. We were getting a hold of any of them 2 weeks ahead of time, asking them to please quarantine themselves just to make sure that they're not bringing anything with them up here to work and possibly endangering the rest of us. When we do our morning meetings right now, we're making sure that there's no more than 10 of us in the room at a time. So we're staggering start times with a number of our employees to make sure that we're following those protocols. In the morning meetings, we're also having everybody wear our face masks or a bandana, so it's kind of funny to look across the room and it almost looks like a bunch of bandits or bank robbers kind of sitting in there, but I assure you that's not what they're here for. Everybody's doing a great job with it right now and working real hard and really enjoying it. It's nice when it comes to golf course maintenance. The social distancing aspect's a little bit easier for us. If we're on a piece of equipment, it's just one of us that's on each piece of equipment, so it keeps it pretty easy for us to not have to be too close to any other associate while we're up here. So it definitely is a nice benefit for us to be able to do that and still get outside and enjoy some sunshine and take care of these golf courses and get them ready for all of you.
Andrew, before we get too far along, I wanted to acknowledge a couple of questions that I'm seeing popping up on the chat. And if everyone's following along on the chat, you can kind of see some of the dialogue that's going on. Some questions about rental equipment for for guests and so forth. And we will have that available. We'll sanitize it. The direction is one per golf cart. Someone has asked if it's same household okay. We're going to check with San Juan Basin Health for specific guidance. I know, for example, at Dalton Ranch, even though they had some folks that were in the same household, they still required them to take separate carts so that they wouldn't get any scrutiny from San Juan Basin Health and so forth. So we're gonna correspond with them this week, make sure that all of our operational guidelines that we've put in place are okay with them, and hopefully we have no issues. So we'll have a better answer for you on the carts as far as one per cart or if same household can ride together. My hope is the same household can ride together. Sorry, Andrew, didn't mean to interrupt.
No problem. I guess last bit that I was going to go over is any changes for the golf course. During these times, we're not going to have any bunker rakes in the bunkers. It's kind of a practice that we'll be adopting from some of the local courses here. We'll just ask that any of the golfers to do their best to try to smooth out any footprints, just kind of as you walk your way out of the bunker. We'll be raking the bunkers every day so that we can have them all in the best shape that we can. And the second piece will be having the flag stick left in the cup at all times, just so that no one is having to pick that up or touch it. It minimizes any kind of contact. And I've ordered in, I guess they're little kind of sleeves that can attach to the flag stick itself. And then I can use a zip tie to set it, and everybody will still be able to make putts without having to worry about an upside down cup and having it hit that and just kind of bounce right out. I've had a few instances myself playing where I wasn't sure if the putt would have dropped or not. I definitely counted it as I made the putt, but
Of course.
others would have decided to. But those are the practices that we are going to be taking right now. And mountain golf course, I think I saw a question in there. We are hoping to open the mountain course on May 15th. And if everything keeps going to plan and Mother Nature plays nicely with us, then we should be able to do that.
There was a question as to why not May 1st, and that delay is related to both some weather conditions on the course that we encountered, but also with the COVID virus and the pandemic, it did disrupt some of our spring hiring and staffing that we would normally be doing at this time. Some things have gotten staggered back, and so we had to take this staggered approach.
Yep, great. Jim, if it's okay, I may just go through some of the questions that were answered previously. I've been kind of going through and answering, so I'm just going to go through that quick. One question, will masks be required or optional? Masks will be optional. We are following the lead of Colorado Governor Polis, who recommends you wear a mask outside of your home. So if you're coming to the golf shop or one of the facilities or the club here, it would be just like if you're going to a grocery store. So we recommend it based on his recommendation, but it is optional at the moment. Good note here about Lucas's hair, looking good, Lucas. Assuming Men's Day happens soon, will the pros do the pairings and handle the bets? Yes, the professional staff will continue to plan and execute all of the events. We may have some changes come up on how we do those things, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. But yes, we are planning to do things as normally as we can. When will the Valley Pro Shop open? That shop will open on May 1st when the course opens for play. If anybody needs anything before then, please give us a call in the mountain shop. We're happy to help you with anything that you need. Golf balls or gloves or regripping or anything like that. We can do that from the mountain shop and are happy to help you out there. Let's see, what else do we got?
Club storage.
Yeah, so as of right now, we are still utilizing club storage. The staff here is using safety gloves at all times, and we're sanitizing those areas daily. So, but like Jim said, as things progress, we are going to be talking to San Juan Basin Health. And so if they have an idea that we shouldn't be handling members' bags, then there will be an option down the line that bag storage is discontinued. But we would like to offer that as an amenity to our members, as long as we can keep it safe for both employees and the members.
There was another question about spouses in private carts or spouses in our regular carts. And again, as long as we don't get any specific direction from San Juan Basin Health that says, no way, that's a condition of your operation, then we know who the spouses are. We know who the households are. I don't see any issues. It's just like you would both jump in a car and drive down to the grocery store together. You know, obviously we're going to use the best common sense that we can.
Certainly.
There's another question here, Ryan, about when Men's Day can get started.
Yep.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so like Lucas said, we are planning for the calendar and the schedule of events to happen as it's been laid out in what you have already received for the year. So Ladies' Day, May 26th, Men's Day, May 27th to start the year. We are planning for those to happen. But like we've said a few times, this is a fluid situation, and if there are changes to the recommendations by health organizations and our governor here in Colorado, then we will adjust to those. But as of right now, yes, we are planning to have all of those events happen as they are on the calendar.
Question
Got it.
about the mine shaft.
Yeah.
And the mine shaft's open now with takeout service only. And again, that's per the governor's direction that is enforced through April 26th. As we're approaching that date, we're all expecting to get further direction from the governor that either says open everything up or some staged approach. I've heard of some restaurants talking about taking out half their tables to reduce the density and so forth. So again, a fluid situation. We don't know exactly how this is going to respond, but the mine shaft is open for takeout now. And as soon as we get the all clear, we'll of course open our dining rooms as quickly as possible.
Yep. Another question somebody asked if foursomes will be allowed. Yes, they will. And we will go ahead with social distancing guidelines, and we'll see what happens with golf carts. We're hoping that if you're in the same house, you can ride. But if not, we'll have those regulations for you once the season opens up in a couple weeks. Somebody asked if e-bikes are available for use. They are. We are sanitizing those thoroughly as well before and after use. So if you'd like to use those, please call the Mountain Golf Shop, and we are happy to get those out for you so you can enjoy the sunshine around property. I do not know the answer to that question.
Well, I'm feeling the same way. There's a question about whether White Glove can provide a haircut service, because I think there's a number of us that could certainly use that. But right now, we don't have any barbers on staff, so the answer is no.
So, but I think that is all of the questions so far. Go ahead, Kim.
S club use, rental clubs.
Yes, so we are planning right now. One of the tough things, unfortunately, about this is that golf club manufacturers have been closed. So California is basically on lockdown, and all of the major manufacturing companies, a lot of them are based out of Carlsbad, so their distribution centers are closed. So our new sets of rental clubs are probably not going to make it here before we open. Unfortunately, they were scheduled to arrive this last week, but with all of those being closed, we're looking at hopefully mid to late May for that. But we do have rental sets from last year. Those will be sanitized and ready for use. So if people do want those, we will have those available.
There's a question about cart fees. If you have to ride in separate carts, we're going to charge as per a normal setup. Nobody's going to ding anyone or hit anybody double because of this situation or because of these guidelines.
Yep.
As far as clarify the guest policy, I'm not sure exactly what we're looking for, but if maybe Ryan or Lucas wants to talk about our golf guest policy.
Yeah, Lucas, since I am new, I'm still going through some of the rules and regulations of the club, but as of right now, we are planning to allow guests on property. I do know there are a lot of clubs around the country that are open that do not allow guest play. So it is something that we will discuss as we get going forward. But as of right now, and especially with the amount of traffic we're expecting to see, we are still planning to have guests. Lucas, can you just pitch?
Yeah, one comment. I think I understand the question a little bit better now. And I am seeing that some states are requiring that travelers from out of state, from certain areas, are required to quarantine themselves. Colorado right now does not have any direction like that in place that says out-of-town visitors have to quarantine themselves. I can tell you that as an organization, we've required our employees that have traveled out of area to quarantine themselves. And we have been asking members to use that good judgment if they're coming in from an area where COVID is spreading in the community. Then we should assume that there's an issue, and you should look to self-isolate yourself for the first 14 days when you get to Durango. Again, that's not a government directive, but if you were asking me, that'd be the suggestion that I would offer.
Great, thanks. Lucas, can you just touch briefly on guest times and when they're allowed to play once we open up?
Yeah, as of right now, I don't think we're going to change anything. Guest rate's still going to remain at 135 until we hear anything different. I say everything is normal.
Okay. What times are they allowed to play?
It's open as long as they are accompanied with a member on the mountain course, and then the valley course is as usual as well.
Perfect.
And we did have a question about people on the course practicing. What is our position on this?
Yeah, so the golf courses are closed until we officially open. So we do ask that you please stay off of the golf courses until we get opened officially. Reasons for that, and Andrew, you can touch on this if you want, but we're trying to get the golf course in the best possible condition for you when we get back. Maintenance is on the golf course doing their jobs, and it's just, in my opinion, easier. The greens are going to be better. There aren't going to be ball marks. There aren't going to be divots out of the tees and fairways that are tough to grow back when the ground is so cold in April. So it's the policy is that the golf courses are closed right now.
Yeah, Ryan, you summed it up pretty well there. As I'm seeing any members out playing, trying to ask them to please stay off of the golf course. It's for your safety and ours. With a number of these practices that we have out there, there's some large pieces of equipment that we're trying to take around safely, but it's a lot easier when we know that there's nobody that's out there that we have to worry about. If we're having to irrigate certain areas during the day, as I touched on with some of the low temperatures at night, it's preventing me from running irrigation at night. So I've been having to run various sets during the day. So I'm hoping to not get anybody soaked while they're out potentially walking as well. But as minimal a traffic as we could have out there on the golf courses will help their overall condition as we start out the season.
Great. Another question. Yes, the mountain driving range is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have club carts available if you'd like to ride down to use that, or you can drive yourself down and park on the road and walk over. One thing I didn't mention, staff is not providing club carrying service or club cleaning service at this time. So members and guests are expected to carry their own clubs right now, just as a safety precaution. Will the Valley course allow public play at this time? It has been discussed and something that we're looking into, obviously in a time of low revenues and things that we can do to help the club. There is a promotion, discovery packages and things like that we're looking at potentially opening up just for the first month of the season to get some extra play, but it wouldn't interfere with never play and any of that.
I think that's a great segue into Ken to talk a little bit about membership and that member for a day promotion.
Of course.
Great. Thanks, Jim. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good to see some faces on the screen here. We have over 100 people joining us today, so that's great. My name is Ken Stone again. I'm Director of Membership Relations and Membership Sales. I work alongside Kimberly Laurie, who I think most of you know her much better than you know me. You see her probably more often. But I wanted to let you know that the two of us are here. Should you have any questions or any things that you may need related to the club or related to your membership, we're here to help you in any way you might need. Just give us a call. We're always available, or shoot us an email. Kimberly and I have actually been quite busy over the past few weeks here assisting a number of our members and answering questions. And I'm happy to say we're still seeing a lot of interest in memberships here at Glacier. We just had another member join us today who was upgraded their membership and to an Aspen membership. So we welcome them as new members. We're also seeing a lot of interest in, boy, I want to get my life back to normal, and I want my family to be around me. And even though we've been in the house together for 3 weeks, we want them to get together outdoors and get things back to where we can enjoy our lives. So I wanted to let you know about a couple programs that we've had in place, and we're going to continue these. And especially we'd like to appeal to you to help us spread the word about these programs that help us gain new membership. We have about 500 total memberships in Glacier, about 200 Aspen memberships, and the other are what we call our Alpine and Tamron owner memberships. But we have plenty of room for growth. Two programs. One we have is called a Member for a Day program. You may be familiar with it. If you know someone an acquaintance, or you know someone that's a friend that you think might make a good member here at Glacier, we have a program for them to come to be a member for a day. The member for a day program allows a family or an individual or a couple to come out here and experience Glacier for the first time as they would, as if they were a member for a day. It includes golf, 18 holes of golf, primarily on the Valley course. We do have a program for people interested in Aspen memberships to do the same thing. You'll see people on the course from time to time. You may run into them that are here experiencing it. They normally do a tour. They get a lunch at the mine shaft. We'll be continuing that program and starting it here in May again. And certainly we will watch and monitor to make sure that if we have a lot of play on the Valley course, we will schedule those times later in the day for our member for a day programs and give our current members preference on tee times.
And there's a question on there about how do you upgrade and how much is it? I'm not sure if you want to get that detail or.
Well, yeah, there's certainly an opportunity to upgrade your membership, especially if you find you have more time and you can play more golf. You can upgrade any of the membership levels. Be happy to take you through that, but you would receive credit for your current initiation fee towards that. So it's a great incentive to move up into a full membership. Of course, we have sport membership, and if you wanted to go to a full membership, you could do that and have unlimited golf with no greens fees. So Kimberly or I, or give us a call or shoot us an email, and we'll send you the info on that. Be happy to help you with it. The member for a day program, about 25% of the people over the last 2 years, about 25% of those people who come and experience it actually become members. So it's a very successful program. The details are on our website, but it's $179, includes lunch, 18 holes of golf, and normally would include use of tennis courts, pickleball courts. Their family could come and enjoy the swimming pools and fitness centers and so forth. So we will have kind of a limited program compared to what we normally have, but most of these people do take a tour with us. So that's the member for a day. On the mountain course, we do that from time to time. Someone may be a second homeowner considering becoming that doesn't live here at Glacier, considering an Aspen membership. We do that same program. However, they do need to go out with a pro on the course or with one of our member ambassadors on the course. And that's $349 for that program for a day of golf and use of the membership facilities. And so that program is in place as well. Member for a day. The other program that we have that is geared more towards people who are interested in real estate in most cases, or are interested in lifestyle here at Glacier. And that's called our Discovery Package. Those are usually booked a little further out, and they include lodging in the club cottages, in our hospitality units, and includes golf. Same thing on the mountain course. They do go out with a pro or one of our ambassadors to experience golf on the mountain course. Those programs are either a 2-night or a 3-night stay, and it's $795 for a 2-night stay and $995 for a 3-night stay. These most likely when someone comes here and they're investing in seeing Glacier, they may be visiting other clubs as well and looking for a second home or a retirement home. And we have great success with those people being converted to homeowners and members. So those are the two marketing programs that we use here most often to gain new memberships. One of the things that I want to remind our members, we'll be going out with an email and some, but we do have a program that if you give us a referral and that person becomes a member, we give you a nice credit on your membership account, and quite a few members have taken advantage of that. And in fact, the #1 source of new memberships for us is a referral from a current member. So that can be as much as $1,400 if someone joined as a full Aspen All Club member. So it's a good chunk. We put that on your membership account. It can be used any way you wish, towards your dues or towards merchandise, towards food and beverage. It's a nice thank you for sending us a referral. So we look forward to giving you more information on that as we get into the summer
All right.
Any questions coming in, we'd be happy to answer now, or if you think of something afterwards, shoot us an email or text.
No, the chat traffic has died down, so we're gonna move to the next segment.
Okay. Fantastic.
I just wanted to circle back to everybody and thank you guys for attending. And this is something for all of us to try this as a way to communicate and to try to share information with you all during a funny, unusual time. We've been using the email as another means to also communicate with you about the various actions that have affected the club. We'll continue to do so. And someone had asked whether we'll do this again, and I'm fine with the format. I think it's been beneficial. I did see that we had a maximum of 100 participants, and I don't think we thought we'd get more than that. And we did have some folks that couldn't get in. We have recorded the meeting, so we'll make it available for folks, and they can see the chat and the questions and the dialogue that took place. If there's any more questions, I'm just trying to stay up on the chat here, make sure we're not missing anybody's questions, give you an opportunity to say hi or ask any more questions. But we also thought that during this, what would be fun is we do kind of a random drawing of folks that showed up, and I think we put something together. Ryan, what did we put together for our prize drawing today?
Yeah, so we have a nice little prize here. So first thing is going to be 2 Glacier Club coffee mugs with a sleeve of logo Pro V1 golf balls. And then also along with that, you will be able to, whoever wins, the lucky winner will be able to select a piece of outerwear from the golf shop. So they'll just need to contact Jackson here, and he'll be able to point you in the right direction. You'll be able to come in and find something in your size from selected merchandise here in the shop. So congratulations to whoever the lucky winner might be.
So we did that drawing, and the winner is Lynn Evans.
Miss Evans, congratulations. Very nice.
I see Lynn there. Congratulations, Lynn. Thanks for attending and sticking around. It's great to see everybody's face, and I know we have a lot more folks on that are not sharing their video. They're just listening in. But again, if you've got any questions or anything we can answer for you, we're all still here. We're available by email. This is another way to contact us. Let's see. All right, we got another question. When do we anticipate Valley Fitness? Again, the order from the governor is through April 26th. So if nothing were to change, then we would open Valley Fitness April 27th. If we get direction between now and April 26th on that from Governor Polis, then we'll follow that and we'll update you accordingly. And again, I fully anticipate that we're going to see some stepped approach that's going to allow some dining in restaurants, and I've heard of a phased approach, but I haven't seen anything easy for me to say definitively in writing yet.
Jim, we also did have a question in regards to walking on the cart paths.
Yeah, walking, again, it's a tricky slope for us. We want to maintain a safe environment for everyone. We don't want walkers and equipment to come across each other. So that's a tough one. The mountain golf course is not open yet, but we do have quite a bit of equipment and activity out there. Andrew, we know our residents would like to be able to walk the cart paths at certain times. It's a tough one for us to balance that, don't you think?
It is a little bit hard to balance. I'd say during the off-peak times of the day, I think it'd be just fine to have members out walking. My crew is around from 7 until 3 o'clock each day, Monday through Friday right now. Saturdays and Sundays, there's not many of us that are around, just some routine checks going on. So I feel the best time to walk the golf course would probably be before 8 a.m. or I would say after 3 p.m. should be just fine.
Great. I love that. That's great direction. I hope that helps some of our folks they want to get out and exercise, and we want to encourage that as well. There was someone that asked about the drawing. Kimberly did put everybody's name into the random drawing generator and did generate a random pick. So this wasn't rigged. It wasn't pre-selected. And someone also said, thanks, better than the daily White House briefing. So I'll take that as a tremendous compliment. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jim, I thought while we had some members on, we might mention that new trail linkage that is up there. Kim and I have been hiking on it up to Chris Park, so you may want to talk about that.
Yeah, there is a trail that links the Glacier community upwards to Chris Park. It joins in over off of Glacier Club Drive near the number 7 Mountain Comfort Station, and that trail goes up along hole 15 and then joins into the Hall Road and ties up into Chris Park and on up into those areas. So a number of good opportunities for folks to get out and hike and enjoy our social distancing, which we kind of practice anyways around here.
Right.
Someone asked about non-members walking the course. Again, we are trying to reduce that sort of traffic. The course is reserved for golfers only during our open from May 1 to October 31. We do allow our homeowners and such to walk the courses early in the morning and late in the afternoon. It's going to be difficult for us to be able to see somebody on site and say, hey, you are or are not a homeowner. So we'll do our best to manage that traffic. Any other questions? Anybody else with comments? Otherwise, it's happy hour time. And I hope everybody else has at least maybe a small cocktail or libation or something to raise their glass, so we could have a little toast to Glacier Club, to our incredible membership, and all these smiling faces that we see. Bottle of water's good too. Notice it's Modelo, not Corona. I just wanted to point that out. So, hope everybody is having a great time, staying safe, and we look forward to seeing you again. We'll be in touch. We will communicate this and any other Zoom meetings that we do in the near future. So, Skol.
Cheers, everybody.
Have a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Great weekend.
Trick or treat, Kimberly.
Yeah. Good to see you. How you doing?
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.